So come on in, take a sip, let's wind down. And today we're going to jump into our Thursday Guardian grid. And we're going to do it with this Louis Guntram. I found this wine the other night on my way to Stuttgart. I just left one of the clinics and was on our way to the hotel, and we stopped at this little place and little grocery store, and I found it. And it just said Dornfelder Tolkien. It's a 2023, and I think about 10 euros. I got a couple bottles. And I thought, well, let's give this a shot. I drank the first bottle night before last at the hotel where I was having a hell of a time trying to be comfortable and sleep and whatnot. Yes, I'm whining about it still. It was just bad luck, right? Basically just a bad day for everybody to be had, right? Maybe housekeeping had a bad day. I had a bad day as a result. Everything's fine. It all works out in the end. But this wine is great. I was just talking about this on the New York Times grid. That it's just like a bowl full of cassis and cherries with a little bit of strawberry, maybe the essence of the strawberry, perhaps, and just kind of rubbed around the rim of the glass. It's just so bright and cheery. But for about 10 euros, you cannot beat this wine. It's, first of all, it's not a budget breaker by any stretch. But it's just got such a smooth balance of tannins and acids. It just finishes so nicely, and it's such a deep, deep red. My teeth are going to be blue. In fact, they probably already are, just from already having had a glass during the New York Times construction solve. So that's fine. But like I said before, I've got an antidote for blue teeth. It's called a toothbrush. Works just fine, right? I'm going to finish that whole bottle tonight. And probably a bit more. That's wonderful stuff. Cannot recommend that wine anymore. That's just fabulous. Okay, so let's see here. We've got a quick crossword number 17-9. Nice. We're getting so close to 17-1. Looking forward to that. So let's go ahead and hop into our grid ever so carefully and then get the heck away from there with the mouse like we were never there. And we'll arrow our way through the rest of it if we get so lucky. So I think right off the bat here, newly committed to a cause or idea and mix up without being noticed. And if you've been watching me solve these Guardians now for the last 4 or 5, 6 months, it's been a while. Been doing these for a while. I would say that at first I would let this really get to me, but I'm just going to go ahead and put unseen in because that's the kind of thing the Guardian will do. And we'll check ourselves as we go, and hopefully we'll get something out of that. Optician's letters 3 and 5. Probably looking at an eye chart. By the way, I was visiting one of our treatment facilities in Stuttgart on I guess it would have been Tuesday afternoon, and I went into the optical department, the optician's lab, and where they see patients and all that. And I was watching a couple of procedures, doing some other stuff, and I got to talking with the technician there, and I said to him, I had just walked in, I saw the eye chart, it was a good 15 feet away, and I said, I'll bet you anything from right here, I can read the bottom line on that chart. And I took my glasses off. He goes, all right, you're on, sir. I'm like, okay. And I said, Madeinchina. Oh, made in China. It was a joke. I stole it from the Space Cowboys. Anyway, he was like, I'm not seeing that anywhere. And I walked up to it and I went down. I said the bottom line. See down here at the bottom, it said made in China, right? It was fantastic. And he was young enough that he'd never seen Space Cowboys and never put two and two together. And I always know what it's going to be at the bottom of the chart. So it's just kind of a fun thing. So next time you go to your eye doctor, just say Madeinchina. Oh, sorry, made in China. I guess you want the line above that, right? Just try it, see if it works for you. So a departure. At 6. I mean, is this by any chance an S? Actors' words. Yes, we got a script here. Okay, that makes me feel better because I think this is an egress. And I mean, I don't know if it is, but so far it's kind of lining up. Sound right, 4 and 4. I bet you anything that's a ring true. No, I don't actually bet anything because there's no telling with this grid. More than blank 82 Roxy music song. Oh, more than this. Yes, I grew up on Brian Ferry, Roxy music. God, it was the second British invasion for those of us young Gen Xers, right? God, I just loved the new wave and the punk movement. Oh my gosh. So I was just a small child listening to the Sex Pistols. I mean, you know, then of course the Pink Floyd and whatnot. It was just across the board amazing music coming out of the UK. God, I loved it. Of all of them, though, I think perhaps my favorite, I don't know, it would be somewhere between the Depeche Mode, Duran Duran, and I don't know. I like them all. I don't know. Like them all. Alive and Kicking. Who was that? Don't You Forget About Me. I'm not drawing a blank on them. I loved them. Some The Breakfast Club and all that. Anyway, I'll think of who they are, but anyway, good stuff. Nostradamus aspired to be so. And, I mean, we've got this R blank P. Then we have this I at the end. And I've never seen anything really of substance go behind that, besides a C. So I'm thinking this is going to be prophetic. And because he did aspire to that, mull over. So we got blank, blank, N blank, E blank. So I'm thinking ponder. Pondef. That's the kind of thing that gets me hemmed up every time. A platform. Is this a D? Declining. Oh. Seems like it would be a G in a way, doesn't it? I don't know. I was hoping it could be something to give me like a podium, but I don't know. Open to interpretation. So, well, let's see if I can get something else. Tom, Dick, or Harry. I'm going to go with a name because that's the kind of thing that Guardian does. I'm learning the personality of the setters. Open to interpretation. So I mean, yeah, maybe probably ambiguous. Have you noticed I've gotten better at typing my way through this grid? And I'm not messing up the New York Times. 2 completely different ways to type through it, but I'm kind of getting it. Kind of getting the feel of it. It only took me 6 months. Oh, no, this could be a podium. Okay, well, that works for me too. Then great. That makes me happy that something I thought is actually because of my cognitive bias, right? You know, I want it to be that. So, at no cost could be gratis and declining. I just don't know. Use it to have a blast. Declining. I mean, I'm going to see if we can get something else to go in here to... No, I'm just going to put it in because then if I can get 6 down, that'll confirm or deny, right? But I think this might be downward. I mean, maybe. And it'd be really nice if it was. I like being right, you know, because I'm a human. Puppet or pet. Well, this is a very common usage in the United States. If we're talking a puppet like I am, like someone who is just there to carry water for whomever they're praising and idolizing, right? So, let's see. Tea maker, question mark 4. I've had this before in both grids. I think it's a leaf. That is a very common, very popular, almost somewhat of a commonplace banality in our grid constructions. Use it to have a blast. Nelson's London or Trahan's Rome. I've seen Nelson's column. Got pictures with it. Have not been to Rome yet. Probably because it's just a long drive, and I don't really care for flying that much. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind flying. It's not like I'm afraid of flying. I just don't like going through security and all that mess. It's just such a pain, right? You know, it's just so much easier to get in the car. I mean, I'd much rather drive 6 hours to go to Venice and enjoy Venice, right? And enjoy the entire drive through either the Austrian or the Swiss Alps, whichever way you want to go. Make a circle out of it. It's a beautiful drive, lots to see and just love on the way there. I'd rather drive, you know, but Rome, that'd be like 2 days or something. That's a long drive, so I'm probably not going to be doing no driving to Rome. I'll probably fly one of these days, so I got to see it. Okay, so I think what we got here, uses to have a blast. It's probably a detonator. And yeah, that's interesting. I like it. That's a clever one too. Mix up. Okay, so a FUD, maybe the confound. Confound. All right. So newly committed to a cause or crime, 4 and 5. Ah, born again. Got it. Very nice. Soap or satellite. And now it's clearly it's going to be a dish. And I don't know if I got another shot at a W here. I probably fat-fingered something somewhere. But if I did not, oh my gosh, then the pressure will be on to have another one tomorrow because I need a three-peat. I need a trifecta, a triumvirate. Okay, Mr. Thesaurus, any other try words you want to use? Sorry. Check all. Just do it a bunch so you can make sure you know what's going on and that you can trust it. Okay. And again, if you see a hole that I do not, go ahead, crush my feelings, crush my spirit, tell me, but this is going to be another smiley moment for me. This is awesomeness. No, loving it. Okay, sorry, I just kind of got to take this in for a moment. And by the way, I got a feedback monitor here on the screen that I'm looking into. And the camera's there, but if I look at the screen, my eyes are not looking at you, looking at the screen. But I just saw the grid hanging behind me, and I thought, that ain't supposed to be there until I move it over there, and it freaked me out. But I've had a few questions. I had several emails, and I had one or two folks question in the comments, which I love. I write it in the comments if you don't want to send an email, or if you want it to be more private, send me an email. I mean, just whatever you want to do. But people have been asking about this piece hanging behind me and what happened to the Burberry scarf that was hanging there. Well, I have a Burberry collection because I'm hooked on that stuff. It's my favorite brand on the planet. Now, I committed myself to Ray-Ban eyewear many years ago, and I probably have 50 pairs of these things, but different colors all over the place, right? But I always wear my red ones to solve if I can. If not, I've got a couple pair of black ones around here and others. I've just got Wayfarers are my thing. I committed to that. But when it comes to luggage, right, you know, and accessories in general, I'm a Burberry guy. When it comes to jewelry and those types of accessories, I'm all about Mont Blanc. I like my Mont Blanc fountain pen, and I like my ballpoint four-way rider. My mother added to my collection of Mont Blanc cufflinks for Christmas by getting me 2 more pair. So I'm committed to certain brands, but Burberry has got to be the one that I should have stock in because I'm contributing to the profits of that company. But as you can see, I've got that scarf folded nicely over one of the throw pillows behind me right now, and it's nice. So what I think about is what I wanted to do is I wanted to create something that would highlight the reds in the background, and I wanted to kind of give a nod to my very first grid that I ever constructed. But funny story, if you look at the first long across up here, so get up here and right here, it's definite article. I hung that yesterday before I got on to do the grid, and I mean I constructed this grid. This is a grid that I constructed, so you'd think I would know everything about it, but you know, I've constructed others since, right? So it's been a while. And apparently yesterday, definite article was in the New York Times grid. And 2 of you pointed that out. I thought that was really crazy. So You gotta admit that's kind of fun, right? So I love that. I think that's fabulous. So anyway, until we see you tomorrow, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Auf Wiedersehen, tschüss, servus, grüß Gott, ciao, Cin-Cin. My name is Christopher. Thank you for being here, and we will see you on the morrow. Just be good to that person behind you in the queue. That's probably the most important thing. Let karma do its job.